Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca, or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our Try It Before You Buy It offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for the Lighting Doctor. Hey, Lori, great property. I'm thinking what's probably going to be best is customizing a kit for you rather than trying to select one of the ones that's on our website. Just because I think there's some things you're going to want to add on and just some subtle little things that'll make everything stand out a little bit more. So I'll give you this video with some ideas. Let me know what you like, and then we can kind of customize something from there. But I mean, I would definitely start on the front of the house here. I would have, let's just say I'm going to kind of start from the front section here. I mean, I would try and have, I'm just going to go to our homepage so at least you can see what lights I'm talking about, and some of the upgrades and stuff that we would do to them. But this will give you an idea too. But these accent lights are what you're going to use for the majority of the property. In some cases, you might have to go with some in-ground lights, and I'll show you where those are. So all of these come with a standard, what they call a 20-watt equivalent lamp in there. It's a 4-watt LED bulb with about a 35-degree beam spread. But what you're going to want to do for, say, for an area like this is use something a little bit brighter and a little bit sharper angles. So I would upgrade those, and I would have two of them just kind of behind these shrubs fairly close to the house that are almost shining up on the stone, so that you're really highlighting the nice brickwork you have here as well as the cool shutters. And I would have two of those on both sides of the windows there. And I would do that same theme over on this side with those higher intensity ones, because you have this second story. You're going to need something a little bit brighter to get that light to the top. So I would do that on those areas. And then for the remaining lights I'm going to talk about, you can just use the standard 20-watt equivalent one that comes in here, will be just fine. But I would also try and get one kind of under this window, again, fairly close, that's shining up, so that you're highlighting, you know, the stonework that's here. And I would do the same on this side, so that you have that consistency across the front of the house. Something I will mention, in a perfect world, what I would try and do is I would actually try and mount another one of those accent lights up here that kind of shines a little bit towards this top peak. So even if you had it kind of over here, shining this way, I don't think it would be that tough. What you could do is actually just run the wire up behind the eaves trough here, and then just come across. And the nice thing is these lights mount, it's just a 1/2-inch thread on them. So there's literally 20 different kinds of brackets that sometimes you just find in the plumbing or electrical aisle. You can get a black one that would just mount to the top here, and then you could just screw that light into there, as opposed to, and just to get that light up there. So it would actually be pretty easy to do, but it would really make this section stand out. And something you may want to consider, you could always add it after too, if you find that maybe these areas are too dark. I think you might get away with it if you have this light here. You might get enough beam spread to kind of cover some of that angle. So you might not find it dark enough that you have to put that light. So it could be just an afterthought, something you want to add later. So that's what I would do on the front section here. I would also definitely try and do something on the side, because you will have this lit, but it will be a little bit dark in this corner, and I find that happens a lot. People will, they'll finish their whole landscape, and then we almost always come up and add some lights because they find a kind of a dark corner here and over here. So what I would do is I would probably try and get another one of those 35-watt equivalent lamps kind of right around this area that's kind of shining up here, and hopefully getting up to this chimney. And with that brighter one, it'll help fill this dark spot. And then I would probably try and get something under the window here. Now, two trains of thought, two ways you could do it. Because you have the mulch beds already, the easier way to do it, and I think would still look good, is just with those standard accent lights, kind of having one over by the house here, same as we've done over here, but angling it towards the peak, and doing the same thing over here. The other option is trying to get a light underneath the window and have it shining straight up. But because there's grass there, you would probably have to go to like an in-ground light that you can just put flush in the ground, so that you can just mow over it, and it's way less maintenance. But I think the preferred way, if it was something I was doing, I would probably just use two accent lights to cover that area. And then moving to the back, I mean, these giant oaks, same thing. If there's grass around them, then you're going to want to use those in-ground lights. If you have some kind of bed around them or it's a low maintenance area, then just go with a standard accent light. The only thing is for any of these larger trees, and it goes with the pines too, anything that's higher than, I would say, 35 feet, you're going to want to use even brighter lamp. So with all of these, we have the option to upgrade them to actually a 50 watt equivalent lamp. And you're going to want to do that to be able to really push that light up to the top of those trees. And on any of the bigger trees, especially like a giant oak that's got lots of limbs, one light just won't do it justice, and we usually try and do two. What I like doing is almost angling them, so having it here and kind of shining up but across, and same thing on this side, and then it really does a good job of doing the canopy. If you've got some pines, I would still use that same brightness of bulb, and the only difference is just having one on those pines, because obviously that's a skinnier tree. Don't try and light everyone. The thing I tell people with that is if you have a forest or some trees in the back and you want to light, just try and create some kind of symmetry. So, you know, if it's a big area, you could easily put 30 lights, but you don't have to, because you're not trying to light up everything. You just want some consistency. So if you decide, hey, we just want to light 5 of them, you just try and evenly space them throughout the whole backyard area. So hopefully that makes sense. Along this side, you know, you're going to have this window lit. If there's no bed here, again, you might have to have an in-ground light in this area to light that. So that's probably a spot where you're going to want to put an in-ground light. And then I probably would do the same over here with an accent light, just to light up this second peak. Avoid that dark area. I don't think you need to put a bunch of path lights. If you have that light there, it just kind of rounds out the whole landscape lighting design. And then lastly, for the flagpole, depending if this is set back in the bed or not, again, you can probably just use one of those standard accent lights, or you may have to use an in-ground light and get it fairly close and kind of have it shining straight up this way. So those are kind of your options. Let me know what you think of those, and we can kind of work on building a kit from there. Just kind of give me a rough fixture count, or if you like all those ideas, just let me know which are grass areas where we need those in-ground lights, and I can put something together for you. Thanks again, Laurie. If you have any other questions, let me know. So even before you go ahead and bury all your wires, something you might want to do is just plug your lights all back into the transformer, get them wired in, and test them and make sure that all your connections are working properly. If not, then you might have to go and redo some. But once you go around and you test it and all your lights are working, that's when you can go back and you can start to bury everything. And even before you do that, you might want to adjust your lights. Most of the lights you're going to use are going to be adjustable in some way or form, and you want to get those angled however you have in your plan to highlight whatever feature it is that you want. A general rule of thumb is whatever angle you think you need, I would always try and put it a little bit higher or more upright. So if you think you need to aim it like this, I would probably try and aim it like this. Just as a general rule of thumb, I usually find you need to aim it a little higher than you actually think you do. And I would also recommend trying to make most of these adjustments at night, when you can actually see what that light's going to look like on that feature that you're trying to accent. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.